What's good, Relocation Football League fans? It's your boy Smitty in the booth here for the final game of Week 10 of the RFL. And man, unfortunately, got ourselves some unwanted conditions as we have ourselves a rain game. But as we've seen, many cross-conference teams that have played each other, they have played each other for the first time since we've had the first time the RFL have every team in one file. But these two teams are no strangers to each other. They actually competed in the season 4 Relo Bowl, one of the best, arguably the best Relo Bowl game that we've had ever. And the Huskies were able to defeat the I don't know, a lot of visual stuff is on. I'm going to go ahead and turn that stuff on. But the Huskies were able to defeat the Thunderbirds in their first meeting then. We'll see if now they could get some vengeance. I'll just turn these visuals cues off. Even though it doesn't really matter at this point, all premier games have already been played and shown. So just still keeping consistent with it. But right now, both of these teams are in search for a win and desperately needed. 3 wins is all both of these franchises, historical dominant franchises, has in order to win so far in the season, and they have to get this win if they want to try to have a shot at the playoffs. The Huskies definitely more so here with the home field advantage, but we'll go ahead and get more into that. But with that being said, make sure I got the thing on slow, which I do. We're going to hop right into this game. Huskies kicking things off to the Thunderbirds as this game is officially underway. It will be taken straight down the middle of the field, north of the 30-yard line to the 32, as we'll get our first look at LC3. Leonard Corbin III. It's been a bit of a rough season. Just barely over 2,000 yards passing, 7 touchdowns, but 7 interceptions. He's averaging less than a touchdown a game. Turnovers have definitely been an issue, but of course, the receiver position has always been a struggle for this offense. Just looking for that to get better as they try to run the first play, and it is blown up in the backfield by Dan Glissick. 3-yard loss. Second down. Absolutely bodied on the first play of the game. Is it no game audio? What is going on, man? Here goes a rush attempt to the outside as brought down. I'm going to try to fix this right here. For a second, it seemed like it was working. I don't understand why this even happens. Again, I didn't even touch anything. Just randomly. Always just seem to happen, man. Annoying. All right, let's try properties here. You guys probably can hear it now. The thing is, I can't hear it on my end, so I'll just let it roll like this. The Huskies coming out onto the field for the first time, as it is Calvin Poole, the second-year quarterback out of USC. Twice the amount of touchdowns and interceptions, 12-6. But it has been a bit of a struggle for him as well this season, looking to get his team their 4th win here at home in front of their home crowd. They will try to run the ball, and poor Leonidas only getting a yard on the play. Not sure where he was trying to go on that run. Looks like if he had kept up the middle, could have got a few more yards on that one. 2nd and 9. Four-man rush. Here's a throw to the outside. It's going to be completed. Tackle will be made by Alex Morincola. I know, right? What's going on with this PC? Tripping, man. Literally don't press anything. It just does its own thing. They're going play action, as he will throw while on the move, and guess who he finds? It's going to be Keith Guyton all the way down to the 33-yard line for a Huskies first down. And despite the rough games that the Huskies have had, they did have a change in offense and decided to go back to the Tampa Bay. And in that book, it's really where this offense at times was able to thrive, but just couldn't close out games. Results in their 3-6 record. Off to a great start so far. Heavy blitz Hit as he throws. That will be caught by guess who? It's Guyton again. 2 receptions. First one went for a big gain. The other one half the distance needed here on that first down play. It's 2nd and 5. And quick dump off into the flats. That's going to be enough for the first down. Quick throw. Great job just going straight up the field, getting the yards immediately. And Hudson Johnston. Huskies are really on the move right now as they'll have another big game. First down. And it is Keith Guyton already with 3 big catches in this first drive for the Huskies. Now they'll hand it off to Leonidas. Puts on a nice juke move. And the Huskies offense right now is making it look easy. 6-yard gain going up against this Atlanta Thunderbirds defense. Could not cut back there. So he'll be shut down the backfield for a loss of a yard. This defense ranked 7th in the RFL in terms of yards, 10th in points allowed, only allowing 20 points per game. So top 10 defense for sure. Empty set. Man-to-man coverage. Pressure not getting there. That is incomplete. Caught out of bounds. 4th down. So the Huskies, great looking drive. Unfortunately cannot finish with 6. They'll take half of that with 3 as number 3 nails it through for the game's first points. Billy Riley making it 3-0. Huskies now booting this one off to Atlanta. The first offensive drive for the Thunderbirds did not pan out too well, as they'll get to the 25-yard line looking for a much better result this time. And LC3 will come out in the gun. They'll fire towards the sideline. Catch will be made. That is good enough for 4 yards. Handoff and a first down run for Marcus Knight. It has been a struggle for Marcus Knight this season when you're looking at the average of how many yards he's been able to get consistently this season, but he's a hard runner, gets the necessary yards for the Thunderbirds, and that's really all they care about. But he is the key to getting the offense going if they can get him rolling around, as this will be a nice catch over the middle of the field. Quan Chaney, 4 yards on the play. We'll have the receivers in the boundary here on the 2nd and 6. They'll look to pass. And he is going down for a sack. I know what's going on. Even my bell is not playing, or at least I can't hear it. So not even going to try to work with those things. At least you guys can hear me and you guys can hear the game audio. So to me, that's all that matters right now. As the Huskies, man, they are playing some tough defense. Thunderbirds just seem to have no answer. Sean Gibbs was the one to get there for him on the sack. A 3rd and 14. They'll fire. Had a man open and just misses it. And this has kind of been, we could talk about the receivers too for LC3, but there's definitely been moments in which he has just missed opportunities as well, as that could have been a huge play for a first down. Of course, the conditions does not help that out at all, as the fair catch going to be called at the 22. And here's a look at the rushing touchdown leaders in the RFL, and you can see in the top 5, Corey Leonidas at number 4 with 6 on the year. It's a great looking drive for Toronto last time out onto the field. Unfortunately, could not finish it out. There's a throw to Guyton. And this guy's already got 53 yards in the first quarter alone on 4 receptions. Leonidas gets the handoff. 2 more yards to move forward. Big third down. Pass rush just has not been able to get there, as this will be a first down completion to Isaiah Streets. Got to give the credit to this offensive line of the Huskies. Definitely a solid unit. All starters at least an 80 or above. One of the better offensive lines in the league, and they're doing a really good job right now. And here goes the new addition off of the trade of Isaiah Ingram, Jake Wycheck, in the backfield for a 3-yard loss. His debut, he made quite the impact. 3 sacks for the Thunderbirds, and he just does a great job of containing his side of the field. As this will be a throw in the flats to Guyton, picks up 5 yards, a decent gain. They're going to need 8 more if they want to keep this drive going. Four-man rush, pressure is starting to come, and he cannot find an open target, so no choice but to throw it away. Thunderbirds defense will get the stop. And right now, Atlanta is just looking for their offense to try to click. They have not been able to perform well against Toronto's defense thus far. So it'll be just outside the 20 as the return from Taylor. And there's going to be an injury to a key player who's on special teams. It's Jaron Gray. With that injury, that actually spells more playing time for Daniel Severio. I know he's probably excited somewhere. Sad. There goes a motion over to the left side. Play action. He's got some good protection. Fires, and there's a flag. Looks like it was just a bit of too early of contact for pass interference. And that is on the old veteran, Javonte Gibson. Javonte Gibson, 9 years in the RFL. Has been a long-time Husky. Big mistake there. LC3 will fire over the middle. It's going to be deflected at the line. Second down. Now they'll come out here in the eye on the second down play and try to get weak in, which is just not going to be much. Great job by the linebackers filling the gaps. There's nowhere to go for Rashad Boston. And that is another sack by this Huskies defense. And that is Sean Gibbs again. And LC3, I mean, he is just getting manhandled right now. And the pass game just not there right now for Atlanta. And this is a good-looking return by the rookie from Clemson, Tremaine Banks. And that is also the end of the third quarter. Excuse me, what am I talking about? This first quarter, second quarter on the way. Put your twos up in the chat. Guess I was thinking of the number 3 since the Huskies up 3-0. We'll see if this second half can change for the Thunderbirds. It just has not been a good showing at all for Atlanta. And that is another reception to add to the stat sheet for Keith Guyton. 6 yards. First down. You can just see right now, I mean, Calvin Poole is locked in. Guyton's getting all the looks. Poole escaping out, throws. That is going to be caught by Guyton. And it's another first down for the Huskies. Wow, man. I'm starting to regret ever taking them out of this Tampa Bay book, because they put up yards, but they always just seem to, delay game penalties, things like that was really what hurt them. But man, Huskies are not playing around right now. And they are getting their key playmaker the ball early and often. Leonidas exploding for 4 yards on the run. Huskies definitely got themselves a rough road to try to make it back to the playoffs. This one will be crucial for them. There's a shot down the field, broken up, incomplete by Morton Cole as he tried to go deep to Guyton. This is a big third down in which Atlanta's defense is going to have to try to get them off the field. But here goes Calvin Poole getting sacked on the play, the first sack for the T-Birds. So that is going to be a huge play made. Their defensive tackle, Banks Proctor, who actually got re-signed to the squad a couple weeks ago. Didn't make an announcement out on it. Don't have the exact statistical numbers to put out there, but definitely a talented, up-and-coming prime defensive tackle, 80 overall at the age of 26. Solid pass rusher, as you can see there. And it's still a one-possession game. Atlanta's offense is really going to have to wake up. LC3 struggling to find open targets, and when they are there, he's missed those opportunities as well. The offensive line has just really not been able to keep up and give him a good push to keep him upright for the most part. He's been sacked already a few times. Vontae Sharkey in motion. Throw to the flats. Good job here. There goes Mighty Mouse. Scooping up the first down. He'll get to the 32-yard line. Marcus Snipe. It's all around great utility back for the Thunderbirds. There we go with the bubble screen. Only going to pick up 1 yard. First catch of the day for Devontae Sharkley. They're going to spread this thing out. Empty set. LC3 getting a few extra demands as he'll be blitzed. Throw into the flats, but cannot keep himself in bounds for extra yardage. So 3rd and 5. And that's in the dirt in the area of Sharkley, but Saquon Lattimore was right there, but still got to give Sharkley a catchable ball, at least a chance to try to make a play on it. Now C3 just off the mark once again. Fair catch going to be called. And as great as a defense as the Thunderbirds typically have, you keep giving this offense who's playing and getting this guy the football as much as they are. 7 receptions, 80 yards for Keith Guyton already in his first half. And this is where things can get dangerous. Defense doesn't have that premier edge rusher with on both sides. And even though Jake Wycheck has come in and filled in pretty nicely, he just doesn't possess that same speed. And so this defense took a bit of a downgrade. Their offense is going to have to at some point help out. Somehow Leonidas almost bounced off of all those hits. Well, Emily, why are you watching men playing video games right now? Why are you even in this thing? Like, what's up with you? Oh, we got an interception. Huge play here for the Thunderbirds. They're going to take the lead. Touchdown, T-Birds. Wayne Norman. Hey, this ain't the spot to vent, man. I know you probably got a tough time trying to find a man or something, but this ain't where you're going to find one. So you can go ahead somewhere with that. Touchdown, though, by this guy. As the Thunderbirds will take the extra point to take the lead. Defense able to score first. 4-point game now, 7-3. Yeah, I don't know where Emily came from. Had to burn her up, though. Yeah, she definitely got some damage. Hope you figured that out. But kick is off. It's going to be returned from the 7-yard line. Big hit. Alexander goes down. Back out comes the offense. Keith Guyton still with the 80 yards. Play action. Fires over the middle. A little bit dangerous. Still going to be caught by Streets. That's going to be a 7 yard gain. Probably, but Harvey, I believe it. Underneath drag. Great cut, too, by Maxwell. I think old boy probably got his hands finally on the PS5 and was like, you know what, this relationship ain't working. 1st and 10. Broken tackle. And that is a 4-yard gain for Leonidas. Trips look on the left side. They'll motion out of it, though, balancing out the offense. As this will be broken up. Good job here by Bill Stevens. Gets his hands in the throwing lane. We're now looking at 3rd and 6. This defense being the lifeblood for the T-Birds right now. Almost another interception as the ball sails high and in the hands momentarily of Alex Morincola. Just could not keep a grip on it. And really right now what would get the Thunderbirds feeling really good about their situation, as tough as it has looked for this offense, is if they could get their offense to somewhat move comfortably down the field. They just really have not shown any consistency. Weak eye formation. And trying to run again. I mean, Dan Glissick has done an amazing job on those inside run plays. Just coming straight in. He started out the game with a big play in the backfield. Lost 3 that time. The loss of 1 on Marcus Knight. As this will be a drop ball by Tate. Could not hold on. Good defense there. Big 3rd down. Looking to pass for it. And here goes LC3 trying to scramble for the first. Will not be able to get by A.J. Pestock. And it is 4th down. Great job there by the defense. LC3 just automatically knowing, hey, I got to throw this ball. You can see there's absolutely nobody open on that play. So he did exactly what he had to do. Came up short. Still great defense by Toronto. Fair catch at the 40. He's gotten 194 yards away from another 1,000-yard season. It hasn't been one season in his career where he has not put up 1,000 yards. Definitely, bar injury is going to be receiving that this season as a throw over the middle to Maxwell will not be caught. Had some good contact there with Wayne Norman. Had the pick 6 to give Atlanta the lead. They're setting up the screen. And a great job here by Daniel Severio. Takes on a block and still lays down a hit. Like I said, with the injury right now, he's going to get a lot more playing time. And he is shown to be that guy when filling in, man. Couldn't ask for a better sub-in option as he almost gets an interception too. 4th down as they will force the punt. Man, what a play that would have been. He just always seems to make plays every time he's on the field. And the offense will start at the 26. Hand off Marcus Knight. What a bounce. He is still fighting. Look at how he just gets every yard he possibly can on his opportunities. That was a great cut. Strong finish too. 4 yards. 2nd and 6. Right back to him. And Mighty Mouse burst up the middle for the 1st down. Like I said, if they can get that run game going, that'll be huge for this offense. It's a great way to start things out on this drive. Why not give it to him again? Big lane. First down to midfield as that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. There we go. A 4-point game where the Thunderbirds are looking to extend that lead before half. Throw into the flats here will be caught. Picking up 5 yards. Corners will press up top the screen. There's a shot down the field. Good coverage. And the non-catchable ball was intended target. But to try to go to Phillip Tate there. Excuse me, Tate Phillips. LC3 pressure. He's going down for a sack. Nothing he can do there. 4th down. Another sack. This is Gio Givens. You saw Tyrone Boss getting in there too. Again, just a situation where there is nobody open. You can see all the white jerseys just covered up as they will force the punt. They've been all over them today, and that is going to be a flag. They give up an automatic first down for roughing the punter. And you just can't do that right there. You had him. You had to stop. This is Hunter Gray, former Oklahoma City, not Oklahoma City, Oklahoma State Cowboy in the RFL College Series. Still a little bit on the young end. Has a young mistake right there. We'll have to see if Atlanta can capitalize on it. Full-man rush, quick throw over the middle. There goes Tate Phillips. Picking up 6 yards. Good ball there by LC3. Under a minute to go. They're going to play action. And LC3 trying to find a lane, but he goes down for a sack once again. That'll be Martin Almas. Almas, I think that's how you pronounce it. Getting a big play there. Kind of pushing him out of field goal range, too. They do have a kicker that has a little bit of a leg on him, though. If they can't get a first down, they want to get somewhat close to it to go up by 2 possessions. Can't take a loss here. Here's a throw. Great ball. Great catch. Devontre Sharkley going to move the chains. And the timeout will be called by Atlanta as they'll have one more timeout in this half. Sharkley in the slot, bottom of the screen, furthest inside. LC3 will fire. Sharkley had it, but got absolutely blasted at the end of it. And that will be an incomplete pass. Well, I didn't even get to see who it was that laid that shot on him, but boy, did he do some damage. Here's a throw. And that will be caught by Cheney for first down. Final timeout called by Atlanta. So no timeouts. And they got to be careful here. Only 21 seconds. They don't want to keep the clock running. Got to take a shot to the end zone. You don't see anything, throw it away. Cannot afford to take a sack of any sort. And that's a great job right there. Just gets rid of it in time. Second down. LC3 throws it away. It looks like he had Juan Cheney underneath on the drag. Could have ran his way in. Wow, missed opportunity there for LC3 in my opinion based off of the look. And that is definitely not the play to make right there. Wow. That is going to kill the time. It's going to hit 0 and no points for Atlanta. Not sure what was going on there with that decision. Both of those decisions there for LC3. Could have had the touchdown and cannot throw that if you're looking to try to stop that clock. But let's go ahead and get a look at what has happened so far. That's the end of the first half. We're about ready to jump into the second half. Still not showing anything here. Here we go. First look. How about the Cougars this week? Getting their first win of the season against a hot Armadillos team. And those guys were talking heavy, mainly rolling. And Coach Roby was able to get it done there. And how about the Condors? The Condors have been really hot as of late. I think there's 4 straight games they've won. And they dominated the Bulls 32-6. Now they're 7-3. 6-3 will fall the Bulls. And then we had the Pioneers. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see this game. The game was recorded, but not like streamed for me to upload, unfortunately. So Sentinels were able to beat the Pioneers in overtime 19-16. I think I saw Harvey asking about that game earlier. But yeah, unfortunately, we did not have the footage to show. It was recorded. It was streamed, but for whatever reason on YouTube's end, they were not recording the game. So that's what happened with that. First half in the books, though. Second half about to be underway as the Thunderbirds kick it off. And they'll field this from inside the 10. Like a great return here by Banks. Getting his opportunity to return some kicks. They've opted to take Isaiah Streets off of the kick returns. I guess more so to preserve him in case of an injury that could potentially happen. Play action. And that is incomplete. Good defense. Broken up by Xavier Mays, the safety. Low-scoring game here. Quick throw over the middle. Wide open. He's got Hudson Johnston this time to midfield for a big first down. And again, a good job by the offensive line. Look at the time he's got. Good route against the zone. Wide open. Easy pass to make there for Poole. Try to run things inside. Leonidas has not had a good day at all on the ground. 16 yards on 10 carries. So they've been trying to get him to rock, but just has not been able to rip off big runs against this defense. And we'll give him another carry here. Broken tackle, then a big shot from Severio. Third down. Calvin Poole getting pressure, throws, and it is broken up, incomplete by Xavier Mays. Maybe if he'd been able to put a little bit more air on that pass, could have had him over the top. But felt that pressure, had to get rid of it. And the Thunderbirds defense will hold. And this is a great looking punt right here. Pins him at the 4. Excellent job by Mason Borland. The I formation, no run, and here goes Marcus Snipe. 9 yards on the carry. Like I said, if he's not getting blown up immediately, you give him the smallest lane to work with. He's going to give you the most optimal game every time. So give him another carry right there. Almost enough for a first down. It's a good tackle made by Jason Alexander, former UCLA Bruin in the RFL College Series. And a quick throw out to Orr is dropped. Did give him a chance there. Unfortunately, could not make the play. They'll have to punt it away. Bombed off by John Hoffman, and boy, did he put his foot into that one. Good hang time, no return. Still a 4-point ball game. Under 10.5 minutes to go in the third quarter, so plenty of time in this second half. So Leonidas will not get away from Xavier Mays, who's just been all over the place here tonight. Pass deflections, TFLs. So overall, great tackling technique, bringing guys down immediately. And a swatted ball at the line. As Calvin Poole did feel that pressure coming from his left side. 3rd and 8. And Poole, he's getting out of there. He's got the first down. Great play there by Calvin Poole. We've seen him do this from time to time. He is not a quarterback to sleep on. I mean, he was known in college, I'd have to say, his first season mainly, for being a pocket guy. Nobody saw him really scramble like that. Second season, he actually got a little bit nimble, started moving around, even pulling out juke moves, breaking guys' ankles for touchdowns. I don't know if guys remember that, but he can be a threat when needed to get outside the pocket. Have a quick dump off the middle of the field, 3 yards. Counter. Poole's got a wide open Guyton. It's been quiet in this second half. Blown up there. And there is an injury to Keith Guyton. So they lose their key weapon. Man, the jinx is hard, man. I just said that this guy is easily going to get 1,000 yards if he stays healthy, and then this happens. I got to stop, as this will be a run inside with Leonidas to 31. First down. You see former Oregon player right there, played against Calvin Poole in Pac-12 days. Poole gets out of there. Look at him. Wow. First down. Showing his capability of really being able to kind of do it all. Not going to be the fastest guy taking off, but again, he's not uber slow. I mean, he's got some great get up to top speed acceleration, and he'll do it again, but will be caught before he explodes for another first down. He's getting excited. You can tell by those scramble attempts. He's just taking whatever the Thunderbirds are giving up front every time. Play action. Throws. That is going to be caught. This is a big 3rd and 4. Motion. Cooper Watton in the bunch, wide open over the middle. And they're going to say he's inches short of the first down. So what do the Huskies do here? They're going to go for it. Will they hand this one off to Corey Leonidas? Keith Guyton has jumped right back into the game. And what a stiff arm. Is he going to score? Touchdown, Huskies. What a run. That is his 7th of the season. And Toronto will take the lead. Wow, he had him dead to right. Look at this. Blown up, catch that stiff arm, threw him into the whole pile. And walks in the end zone untouched. And that is Max Knight, their best overall defensive player, getting launched. That is a monstrous run by Leonidas. And the Huskies take the lead by a field goal. Once again, 10-7, 11 plays, 58 yards. Take this one from about the 5. And down at the 28. And now the Thunderbirds, who've had many opportunities to try to extend their lead. Oh wow, look at Knight, man. Finds a way to get 4 out of that play. They've had opportunities to try to extend their lead and just miss those opportunities. Now they're trailing, so pressure is heavily against them. And that's a low ball. Never had a chance to be caught. And Alexander It's all over, man. Again, these receivers just struggling to create that separation. And LC3 definitely has had his fair share of struggles himself, but this is going to be a slant caught, and I think Devontae Sharkley is gone. Touchdown, Thunderbirds. And this is what they've been waiting for. They know they've got a #1 receiver in Sharkley to emerge at some point. Just keep giving them time to develop, and this is their best corner against their best receiver. And Sharkley too fast for Gibson. Beats him on the slant. Looking like his TCU days. Gets in untouched. Boy, the Thunderbirds needed that as the extra point is up. It's good. And it is once again a 4-point ball game in 3 plays on 72 yards. Huge response by Atlanta. And Turner will get out to the 30-yard line. When you talk about these teams, man, again, they're still in the race of things within their division. But this game could possibly knock somebody out of reach and be the game that could make the difference of if they make the playoffs or not moving forward. Thunderbirds, again, as you can see, 3-5. Huskies 3-6. Thunderbirds 3rd in their division as well as the Huskies. And the Thunderbirds really need this one to be within the game of their leaders within the division. Actually, 2 games. And as for, good bat at the line of scrimmage. As for the Huskies, a win here will put them within 2 games as well of the leading Cincinnati Hogs. So, both these teams need this win big time. Who wants it more? Here's a throw that is somehow caught for a first down by Hudson Johnston. You saw the defender try to lay out and swat the ball away, but just could not get there as the ball was just out of reach. That was Wayne Norman. Great play. Just like that, inside the 30 in Atlanta territory. They'll run it. Nice cutback. Leonidas almost out of there. And what may have been a touchdown-saving tackle made there. That was Jeffrey Colvin just able to catch him. And a batted pass. Looked like he was trying to go to Keith Guyton. He was breaking open on that slant. And again, a 3rd down for Toronto. And a high pass. They're going to call a flag here. This might be PI. Not sure how it's that call, though, if it's not a catchable ball. And so the Huskies getting a nice favorable call there that could set them up to take the lead right back. We'll have to see if they take advantage of the opportunity. Feeling the pressure, throws. One-hand grab made by Maxwell to set up 1st and goal. Great catch there. A 6'5" wide receiver. And they'll run for it. Leonidas is in for his 8th touchdown of the season. 2 in this game. And the Huskies will retake the lead. Man, if you're the Thunderbirds, you got to be extremely frustrated with that pass interference call. And I mean, even at the player to the extent, even though, yeah, it might not have been a catchable ball, and it's a questionable flag to be thrown, no reason to have that contact on that receiver in that situation to risk a penalty. So now that results in 6 instead of what could have been a field goal to keep them on top. We saw a slant go all the way to the house. Devontae Sharkley been targeted 5 times, hauled in 3 of them. Of course, that last one going the distance. Does this offense have what it takes to get more points on the board? And we take this lead and score with 6. So a quick throw into the flats. What a stiff arm. Saquon Lattimore thrown on his back for a 5-yard gain as they connect. Take Phillips on the reception. And this is a sack. Absolutely no chance right there for LC3. That pressure came up to the middle left side of the field almost instantly. Unfortunately, not going to be able to get a replay to see how that happened. 5 wide empty set here. And they'll get this off in what more than likely will be the last play. Throws on the move. This is intercepted. What a play as the Huskies will take over at the 16. That is a huge pick by Brewski in the end of the 3rd quarter. I'm not even sure if music is playing. Music should be playing right now. Again, I can't hear anything. The 4th quarter is here, and that could be the very play that puts this game away. As the Huskies will be under center single back formation. They're going to play action. Calvin Poole, shot to the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. They'll go up by 2 possessions, and it's Keith Guyton. And that is exactly the separation you need when you're going up against the T-Birds. Don't kick field goals. You got to score touchdowns. And the Huskies knock down the extra point, make it a 10-point ball game. And man, the way this offense has looked for Atlanta, looks like more than likely this is the game for the Huskies to bounce back. And here's a look at how things have been going for LC3. I mean, he just really has not had the protection at times, but at the same time, he's missed opportunities. Receivers have also struggled to get open. So just all around, I mean, this offense just continues to be the Achilles heel for the T-Birds. And trying to run, this will be a tackle in the backfield for a loss. They're going to lose Trevor Saxton, a key offensive lineman. Could be going for the rest of the game. That definitely diminishes the pass protection even more. Underneath throw, London Lions will scoop up 6 yards. And a fairly quiet game here tonight. Again, just former shell of himself. Definitely could tell this was the year that he's been impacted. Here's a throw underneath on a quick in. Quan Chaney will move the chains. It's crazy, man. We're moving into that next era of the RFL. A lot of older guys are starting to exit. We're seeing some new faces, or at least some names that we've seen balling out in the college series, getting opportunities and trying to fill in to be those new faces of the league. LC3's got a connection here as Chaney tries to get the first down. That's a 9-yard gain. Ten-point ball game here. Thunderbirds cannot afford to end this drive scoreless. As that ball is caught, and I see just enough to move the chains. So the Huskies are 25th in the RFL in terms of points allowed. Nice cutback. A really good first down run of 6 yards for Mighty Mouse. 2nd and 4. LC3 quickly fires, and that is a big-time catch made by Sharkley once again. I mean, they were right on him. He's making the tough catches in tough conditions. And look at that, man. Marcus Knight, how is he still on his feet? That's why he's got the name Mighty Mouse. All that just to get back to the line, though. Great defense by Toronto. Good throw over the middle. And Lions have got enough for the first down. This is a good-looking drive for Atlanta right now. And here goes Marcus Knight. 4 yards. He's got 50 yards on 12 carries. He's averaging well. He's back checked in, though. I believe this is Clifton General. Man, a bad ball right there, LC3. Got a guy open again. He's been missing low on open targets easily across the middle of the field. Defensive backs in the face of these receivers. And he cannot escape down. He's going to go for a sack. Tyrone Boss. Bossing up right there. 4th down. At least they're in field goal range. So kick here will make it a 1-possession game once again. Adrian Brunell from the right sideline is good. 7-point ball game, 24-17. Huskies here on top at home. It's still been a great game. I'll take this from about the 8. Calvin Poole in the offense looking to try to put this game away on this drive. 219 yards pass. He's got a passing touchdown. Did throw an interception. 7 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. Calvin Poole's got the completion. And that is Tyrone Maxwell. I said Tyrone. Tyrese Maxwell with a huge first down game right there. No better way to kickstart up an offense with some momentum. And a first down play like that. Here's a throw. Had him wide open for a huge gain, and it sails. Missed opportunity there for Calvin Poole. He's getting pressure. He's got to throw this thing away. He takes the sack instead, and it's Jake Wycheck who's got him. Man, you got to get rid of that ball. Can't take a sack like that and lose this big yardage on a crucial now 3rd and long. With ample time for Atlanta, too. They need 21 yards. Watch out for 17, though. He's at the top of the point in that bunch, even though they motioned out of it. Pressure's coming. He's sacked again. Brought down by Juice Adams. That is a huge defensive stand. And no fair catch. Taylor is blasted. LC3 back out onto the field. Led a pretty nice looking drive. Unfortunately could not cap it off with a touchdown. They can get one on this drive here. And they can send, well, tie this game up at 24 apiece. Dan Glissick, he's been everywhere in the run game. Doing a great job. Another run play. Does not get the block he needs out there. Thunderbirds hoping their run game would try to set the tone early in the first 2 plays. It's only amounted to 2 yards after a 3-yard gain and a 1-yard loss on that previous play. And a sack. Big time loss there. Sean Gibbs has just been coming through. Now, I'm not sure who's blocking this guy, but he has not had a good day. Good high punt. 3 minutes and 16 seconds left. There's a look at Keith got another 100-yard game for him. Got hurt a little bit earlier, but back in the game. Scored their last touchdown to extend their lead. And good run there. Wayne Norman makes the tackle. That is a 5-yard rush for Leonidas. They're just running this clock down wisely. And they'll throw it away. Nothing there. Good defense. Everything covered. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. And a quick throw that is going to be caught and out of bounds for a first down. Hudson Johnston on that out route. Good timing. Calvin Poole, seeing he had Daniel Severio out leveraged there. Does stop the clock though at 2:25. Thunderbirds do still have all 3 of their timeouts, so they really do not want to give up big first down play here. Huskies are still passing it though. So that is going to be caught for 6 yards. Here's a look at their offense, 7 yards away from 400 total yards here today. As that'll take us to 2-minute warning. These next downs, they're going to be crucial. 2nd and 4. Huskies, they'll run the rock, and they'll hold them to 2 yards. If the Thunderbirds give up a first down here, might as well be game over. They'll look to try to pass forward in the slant, and reliable Keith Guyton is going to come through. You had the best on the best out there, and the Huskies' best one. Now they just run the clock. One more first down will guarantee a victory. They're already pretty much in field goal range too, so this game pretty much lost for the Thunderbirds. Let's look at the most points they've lost by 2. Every game, the most they've lost to this season has been by 6. Oh my goodness, what a hit by Severio. Big time shot, got him in the backfield. We'll see what the Huskies have to do here. Looks like they might try to pass it though. They're going to pass it. You better hope he completes it. It is dropped. Wow. Dropped on the pass play there. And they're going for it on 4th down? Wow. I'm not sure what's going on with the decision making here. They're looking to pass again, and it is caught by Tyrese Maxwell, who is going to call game. The big-bodied receiver clutches it out. And the Huskies getting the much-needed victory to advance to 4-6 on the season, as the Thunderbirds are going to fall to 3-6. And still remain 3rd in the NRC South. Clock hits 0, and the Huskies getting a big win that is going to pull them within 2 games in the ARC North of the Pioneers and the Hogs, who currently have been on a losing streak, and the Pioneers just lost. So the Huskies are still very much in the playoffs and in the talks of it. As for the Thunderbirds, it's going to be a tough road for these guys. Definitely going to be a tough road. The offense still continues to struggle, as we've seen. They got to play the Tigers next, and they got the Snowhawks. I mean, they usually do good against the Tigers, but it's going to be a rough stretch of games that they're going to have to clutch out from here on out. They want to try to make it back to the playoffs. But man, what a game. Huskies win it 24-17 final. And that is it for the final game of Week 10. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the stats and see you guys next time. Week 11, guys, is on the way. The season is moving by. It's your boy Smitty, RFL Commissioner and play-by-play commentator. And I'm out. Peace.